Epiphyseal plate. Epiphyseal plate. Growth plate of bones. Ligament. Ligament connects bone to bone. Axial skeleton. Bones of head and trunk. Appendicular skeleton. Appendicular skeleton. Bones of cartilage that supports the appendages. Haversian system. Osteon. Osteon compacts outer bone. Blood vessels pass through Haversian canals. 1 second. Tendon. Tendon connects bone and muscle. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes lipids, phospholipids, and steroids. Class cephalopod. Cephalopod. Squid and octopus, cuttlefish, mollusk, such as snail or slug, usually with a univalve shell or none and distinct head bearing sensory organs. Liver does this. Albumin synthesis, bile production, destruction of worn out erythrocytes, converts nitrogenous waste to urea, glycogen storage. Proximal convoluted tubule. Proximal convoluted tubule between Bowman's capsule and loop of Henle and functions in resorption of sugar, sodium, and Cl- ions in water. So the proximal convoluted tubule between Bowman's capsule and loop of Henle and functions in resorption of sugar, sodium, Cl- ions, and water. Loop of Henle. Loop of Henle, where water and salts are resorbed into the blood. Carboxyhemoglobin. Carboxyhemoglobin. CO bound to hemoglobin. Carbaminohemoglobin. Carbaminohemoglobin, CO2, bound to hemoglobin. 2,3-BPG. 2,3-BPG, molecule in red blood cells that helps to unload O2 from hemoglobin. Umbilical vein. Umbilical vein carries oxygenated blood from the placenta to the fetus. Prosthetic group. Prosthetic group. Prosthetic group, non-protein group, megakaryocyte. Megakaryocyte, large bone marrow cell with a lobulated nucleus responsible for production of platelets, multinucleated. Reticulocytes. Reticulocytes, immature red blood cell without nucleus. Gibberellins. Gibberellins, any plant hormone that stimulates stem elongation, germination, and flowering. Cytokinins, root and shoot growth, promotes cell division. Antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic hormone helps retain water. Villus, numerous minute elongated projections close together to increase surface area. Sphincter, a ring of muscle surrounding and serving to guard or close an opening or tube, but your butthole, for example. Lumen, the inside space of a tubular structure. Mucosa, a mucous membrane. T cell, cell-mediated immunity. B cell, makes antibodies. IgG, most abundant circulating antibody. IgM, largest antibody, first antibody made in response to an infection. IgA, located in mucous membranes. IgE, involved in allergic reactions. IgD, activates B cells. Osteoclast and osteoblast versus osteoblast. Osteoclast breaks down and removes bone. Osteoblast builds up bone using CA3PO4, two of them. Neither carry out mitosis. Aldosterone, corticosteroid hormone that stimulates absorption and sodium by the kidneys, increases Na plus and Cl minus absorption, K plus secretion. Vasopressin, pituitary hormone that promotes retention of water by the kidneys. Posterior pituitary gland. That was vasopressin. ADH, vasopressin, diuretic hormone. Oncogene is what? A gene that can transform a cell into a tumor cell. Chaperone, proteins that aid in the folding or unfolding of a macromolecular structures. Ependymal cells, involved in the production of cerebrospinal fluid, lines ventricular system of brain and spinal cord, type of neuralgia. Cephalization, to have sensory structures and nervous control at the anterior end of the body, forming a head and brain, evolutionary and embryonic development wise. Hydrostatic pressure, caused by heart pumping. Osmotic P is less than hydrostatic pressure, means fluid leaves the capillary. Oncotic, colloid osmotic pressure. Oncotic, caused by proteins like albumin in blood that usually pulls water into circulatory system. Abscisic acid, plant hormone that promotes leaf detachment, induces seed and bud dormancy, and inhibits germination. Ethylene in plants. Ethylene stimulates fruit ripening. Peroxisomes. Peroxisomes catabolize long fatty acid chains, D-amino acids, polyamines, and reduce